Still remember, I couldn't walk. I got up and I couldn't keep my legs on the floor. In Tamil, it sounds very similar to Mama. What is this Mama, MMA, all that they'll ask. Abu was cornering me, but I don't remember one word Abu was telling because it was all that. Combat sports itself, I started as a karateka. So when I was kid, my dad put me into karate classes. But then MMA, I came to know about this movie, Never Back Down. All of us would have seen it, I'm sure. So only through that I came to know about MMA. And after that, I started searching for the classes, and I came through Combat Kinetics, and I texted Ajitana, and that's how I started at Combat Kinetics. Through Google only, through Google, and I came into Facebook. So Facebook, I saw the Combat Kinetics page, and I texted Ajitana, and I just asked him about how the classes will be and the fees details, all that. But after knowing the fees details, I knew I couldn't afford it because it was quite expensive for me at that time. I was in college also. So I told him I might not be able to afford it, and he told me, "Why don't you come down, and I'll see about if I can sponsor you or not." And then on, that's how it started. So I got sponsored by him, and till now it's been like that only. So I hadn't done any sports for almost 3-4 years before the class, and no activities or anything. And I just jumped into the class. It wasn't much of like a fighters, athletes class or anything. Back then, it was all about commercial class. It was more like I was the first fighter to come in and with that kind of an interest to compete, all that. So the class was more of fitness based, all calisthenics and running, all that. It was quite intense. I really died that day. And that day was, I think, taekwondo classes. So we did some kicks, all that. It was fun. Next day, I still remember I couldn't walk. I got up and I couldn't keep my legs on the floor, and somehow I struggled, and I went to college. Then I again came back to the evening class. That was an experience for sure. Outlook of MMA, nobody knew about what MMA is. MMA, it's in Tamil, it sounds very similar to Mama. What is this Mama, MMA, all that they'll ask. So then we'll have to explain, oh, it's boxing, it's wrestling, everything together. Then they'll be like, why do you mix everything together when it can be done separately? And we were like, it's just a sport that's evolving right now. It's something new. From that crowd, now people are asking about, what do you think about Khabib's technique? What do you think about Conor McGregor's counter? Who do you think will win in the next fight? Are you following this? Those kind of people have started coming now, especially youngsters. And a certain of the old age people also, they've gotten this interest in MMA. I don't know, it could be because of UFC's popularity and the sudden boom of MMA gyms in Chennai, all over India. The knowledge has improved so much among people, so which I'm very happy about, because people, when they get to know about when they gain knowledge about the sport, they also want to do the sport, they want to learn about it, and that gives us a lot of opportunity to develop more fighters, young fighters, so it's getting good. The first MMA fight, 2015 it was in Body Power. I think it was conducted by IMA. I remember very well. It was my first fight I lost by decision, and it was against an Iranian guy, some guy, because it's an open MMA fight. And I think he was an experienced fighter. Since it was my first fight, I got very nervous. I saw all the flashy lights coming in and all the noise. It was very new to me. So I got very nervous. When I went inside, I didn't know what I was doing. Abu was cornering me, but I don't remember one word Abu was telling, because it was all that pressure and it was new for me. I was just doing something, and I don't know. And in the end, I lost, but it was a good experience. I got a lot of good feedback from my teammates, and I had to work a little bit more. And the next fight was, of course, better. Yeah. I've been training for almost nine years now, and most memorable moment would be apart from fighting. If it's from fighting, I would say the World Championships in 2016. That's the first time I'm going outside India and I'm fighting, representing Team India. I fought against a French guy, I think. So that was a big experience for me. That was something new. And being outside in Macau, that happened in Macau, and going from here straight away into Macau, which is like almost like Vegas, seeing casinos and being big hotels, and seeing 2-3 rings, MMA rings, and foreigners, all these things were like, it was something new for me. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it was really like amazing an experience. The first time we started was on a basketball court. So we have grown so much, and it's all because of Ajitana's that vision. I think he had that vision in the beginning itself. That's why we are here, and we'll grow much more. There are much more plans coming up, which he'll talk about, Ajitana. So yeah, it's huge. It's really huge. Not just the physical aspect of the clubs, but even the technical programs, the growth of our knowledge, everything has improved so much, like from the beginning to now. Like in the beginning, we used to do everything separately because there was nobody to guide us properly, like how to connect everything. So we did boxing separately, we did judo separately, we did kickboxing separately. We didn't have a cage. We didn't know anything about wall wrestling. We didn't know much about wrestling. Everything almost 3-4 years later only we came to know about all these things. But right now it's me, Abu, and a lot of seniors, Kaushik. All these guys have, like, through experience we have learned a lot of things through trial and error. Even Ajitana, we have learned what is good, what is not, what works, what doesn't work. So because of that, we've put a program, and it's evolving still. But we're at a good place now. CK, definitely, as a person, I would account like everything that I am to CK only, because I don't remember anything before CK. I remember only one thing, which is karate, which gave me a little bit of discipline and some athleticism. That of course translated here also, but everything from mental wise, my confidence, everything is only through CK. I was a very shy kid at school. I didn't have much friends, or even the friends I have now. It's all about they came to me as friends. I don't approach anyone because I was very insecure about myself, and coming here, being with everyone, like being treated as someone part of a team, and eventually growing up, becoming a senior, taking responsibility. All these things has helped me grow as a person. I'm much more confident in myself now. And definitely, as uh, a part of my career, MMA, CK has given me something to look forward to in my life. I love my career. I love fighting. I love coaching. So I don't look myself as someone sitting in an IT company in front of a computer. I'm so glad this happened to me. It's all thanks to Ajitana and Combat Kinetics. The whole Indian MMA scene, it has improved so much since the time we competed, because when we competed, nobody has had much knowledge about it. I mean, in some parts of India, still that's the case, but all the major cities, they've developed really well. They've taken some specific aspects of the sport and they've developed it really well. And it has improved a lot, because since I'm competing every year almost, I can see the level of improvement that's been happening in the sport of MMA. It's really good, and I'm looking forward to it also. In 3-4 years, I'm very sure we'll be at the international level for sure. All the coaches and like the trainers, everybody, their knowledge has improved a lot. I feel the only thing drawback would be the athlete's mindset, because since it's India, the Indian mentality is still there. They do something, if they're not achieving certain things at a faster rate, they give up too soon. I would definitely recommend athletes to stay on the path for a while and then see how it works for them, instead of giving up too soon. For someone who's starting out in the sport, they might not feel comfortable in the beginning, but if they're starting out and if they are seeking out to do MMA, all that, they are something different. They don't want to do the regular life that every people are following, right? So I would definitely recommend doing this. And even though in the beginning it might not be something simple to do, and they will face through a lot of hardships, but to trust in the process and enjoy the process, if they keep at it, this will give them so many things, much more than money. Uh, it has so many aspects, other aspects of life. Yeah, definitely I would recommend